Welcome to my drawing advent calendar. Every day until Christmas you'll get a drawing tip or a little mini drawing lesson. Click on the bell to be reminded. Have fun and a wonderful holiday season. Today I show you how to draw a little curl of a curly fur, like you see in a poodle fur, for example. So let's start. I'm drawing here one curl. So when you are drawing curly fur, you always have to draw in clumps. So first start drawing the shapes of those clumps, and then we will start mapping in some shadows and lights and so on. So I would draw this first base layer here with cream, so it's the Carpucello ivory. I start here with a light yellow, a cream, and then I use here some burnt sienna, and also black for shadows. Here you can look deep into the fur, into the coat. Here it's black. Let's add here some black as shadows, and around this clump I add a little bit of terracotta and brown. So here starts the fur going towards going upwards here. Here I'm mapping in a little bit of brown, the same here too. Let's blend this first. Let's blend these first layers with the blending stamp. First stages always look ugly. Don't be scared about this. Be patient. When you have drawn some layers, then it looks more realistic and more beautiful quickly. So let's blend all those first layers here together. So let's blend the colors together. Then let's start drawing the next layer. So so I'm going in here, always following here the direction of the hair with an orangey brown here on the hairline. Now the clump should always be darker, and on the ends of the hair tips here it should be lighter. So here we can work with cream, and here towards the hairline the clump should be darker. So I'm using the skin color here too, using a light skin color and orangey browns and so on. Here below the fur of this dog is white, so I add here some white hairs. Those fur here below the clump is going here downwards. Here it is going upwards. So curly fur really crosses in all flows and goes in all directions. We can add here a little bit of the white too. Let's blend here the fur around together. You can see I mix in here a little bit of the black. That's not a problem, no issue. It's the opposite is true. It should be so. So I can bring in with the paper stamp a little bit of fur structure and darker strokes, so I don't need to take the pencil, the black pencil or the gray one. I do that with the paper stamp, with the pigment that is here on the paper stamp, and bring in here a little bit of the black pigment here into the clump. The same is here. Then let's add the white again, and let's draw here some lighter hairs, blend them carefully with the finger. We can add here some fluffy hairs that are go here, so that are crossing the clump. Yes, here we can draw a little bit more with white. We can build up here the fur structure of the fur around the clump. The same here. Here would the next clump start. Here would be the hairline of the next clump of fur. We only sketch in this here a little bit as a background for this little tutorial here. We can also use here the brown again and add some darker lines here. You can add here more darker lines. We can use the black too. Let's add here around the clump, we add a little bit of shadow, and we blend this shadow here into the fur around the clump. You should not have a line here. You should not have a boundary here. You should only have transitions, so you should create here a shadow area and not a boundary line. So we can also add a little bit of shadow here below. So I'm working here with the black and mix in here a little bit of the black pastel pigment here below to create more shadow and more depth here, so that the clump of fur can pop up a little bit and come over the fur below and behind. Yes, and so you are building up here your clump of fur. Let's use white again, and let's add here some of those hairs. Let them cross here a little bit, so the curly fur of a poodle always have so loose flying hairs too. Let's add here some of these fine white hairs, blend it together carefully and gently with the fingers. You can also do this with a cotton swab very gently. Yes. And so you can build up your curly fur. This is one curl, and then you will draw here another curl towards the right side, and here one's below the next, and so on. So yes, I hope that helps, and I wish you fun drawing this little curl of a fur.